play the music if you're using it. You can just play it. And then when you're ready, take a seat. And you can sit up on something if you need it or not. What day of the week is it? It's the 23rd, so maybe consider having your left leg forward in a seat. That way, if you are a steady meditator working towards that every day, we don't sit in that same habitual foot forward. That's where I'm going with that. That's my theory, at least. Okay. When you get to a seat, just take a second or two to get acclimated here. So sometimes it's nice just to take some circles here, almost like a churning. If you're not quite ready to have the legs crossed, you could always just have them out at the beginning. Welcome in. Happy March 23rd, 2021. Only one we're gonna get. That always tripped me out as a child. Like, I had a moment as a small child where I realized that like this day would never happen again. And it really, would throw me. All right. Come to a seat. I'm actually going to talk about the impermanence of now. So good timing, little me. Go ahead and say hi to your body. Just like, hello, thank you for showing up, for getting here. Thank you for making the time in our day, your day, to spend an hour connecting to yourself through the body, through movement. So we're going to start with a pranayama that I half made up, but I think it'll work. And there is some breath retention in it. So if you're not one to hold the breath, if it causes heart palpitations, or if you have high blood pressure, then just don't do that. And we'll just see how it goes. So it'll be movement. And at first, we're going to lift the arms up, and we're going to pause halfway in the arms to a T. So just start with your arms to your sides. And then as you inhale, begin to inhale through the nose as you bring your arms to a T. Pause your breath, and then pull your elbows apart from each other a little bit. And then inhale, reach the arms all the way to the sky, palm to palm. And exhale, hands come down to the heart. So pretty simple. Release the arms. Inhale, halfway. Reach elbows apart. Continue on your inhale. And then one smooth exhale. So as you find your rhythm here, just decide how long you count and try to stick to it for at least a few rounds, whether it's a count of inhaling for 5 or 6 or even 7. And see if over time you can also, if you are stopping the breath for a few moments, few breaths, that you can also extend that pause. Really pull the elbows away. We're just going to do a few more. You're welcome to have your eyes opened or closed. See if you can feel your face softening as the breath becomes fuller and everything else just kind of gets to fall to the side. So there's this eternal nowness with the breath. Our physical body has made it to now. And recognizing the nowness on its surface can open you up to wonder and gratitude and a sense of sacredness. Let's do a few more going this way. So regretting or yearning for, the past or driving ahead to what's coming is just human nature. Like our ancestors used rumination to survive. That's why we're here. So next time that you exhale and bring your hands down towards your heart, please just release them. You're welcome to have, I've been doing this cross at the wrist, palms face open, just a sense of receiving myself. We're going to continue to breathe fully before we take a few more rounds. If you ever need to switch out your leg seat, go ahead. So even though our ancestors needed to use this sense of remembering the past so that we could move forward, we are evolving past that. The intimacy of now. As you inhale, feel your belly expand. Feel your bones soften. In this intimacy of now is where we can begin to thrive. So you could keep going with the same movements we just took. But first, just take one more breath in. And as you exhale, bring your palms towards your heart. Really receive yourself. And as you unwind your wrists, this time we're going to bring the elbows, the forearms, and the palms together. And as you inhale, we're going to lift them up halfway. So elbows are in line with shoulders. Pause. And as you continue to inhale, you can try to connect the forearms as much as possible until they need to release, and exhale. So elbows, forearms, palms together, inhale, pausing, and continue to breathe as you reach. So there's this impermanence, right? This day will never happen again. And the contents of now are just constantly in flux. Right? Sometimes we feel connected to the space around us and within us. Sometimes there's a richness of every single bit of consciousness that we hold in a day. And when we feel the fullness of now, the yearning, the pushing, the pulling doesn't quite have the same type of urgency. So we're starting with the breath, this intimacy of now, finding ourselves in space. Think that let the breath breathe. Instead of being in space, imagine yourself as the space. Do one more round this way. And then as you release your hands, maybe you put the opposite wrist on top, palms up. Just hold that intimacy of now. Notice your breath. Soften your bones. So we have become conduits for sights and sounds. There's no effort, no design. This practice is one about just touching the energy of the moment, exactly as you are. And one more time, just breathe in. And as you exhale, receive yourself, hands towards the chest. This moment, so simple and so rich. Palm of the palm in front of the heart. Part the lips, full breath in the nose. Sweet sigh out. Downward facing dog when you're ready. Take your time. Use the richness of this moment. To get there, and when you do get there, use the richness of this moment to move in ways that support your body, how it wants to work. Imagine that every breath is a story. An inhale, a story. An exhale, a story. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end. Walk your feet forward, come into a forward fold at the front of the mat. Feet at least hip distance apart, bend your knees, hang your head. Notice how light and soft you are, and then can you be even lighter and softer than that? Breathe in, and exhale, roll the spine up one bone of the back at a time. And when you're ready, your shoulders roll up, your shoulders roll down your back. Stand in mountain, receive the moment. As you're ready, reach your arms up to the sky, breathe in. And as you exhale, hinge from your hips, bend your knees as much as you'd like to fold the hands to the floor. As we inhale, let's come up halfway, slide the shoulders down the back. Notice the neck wants to be neutral. And exhale, fold. Step your right foot back and step like your feet for warrior one, but let's keep the torso low. So hips are square, right heel is drawing towards the ground. Your fingertips are just beside your left foot. Roll your shoulders down your back. Notice that the collarbones can be broad when we draw the shoulders down the back. Be here one more breath. Plant your hands, downward facing dog. Shift into plank, shoulders slightly behind the wrists. Inhale. Exhale, knees up or knees down. Let's lower to the belly. Untuck your toes one time. Inhale, wave the spine up, head is last. Collarbones broad. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes, press to plank, breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your inhale, let's lift the right leg, breathe in. And exhale, step it forward. Remember, feet for Virabhadrasana 1, but let's keep the torso low. So get as high on your fingertips as you need to keep steering that right hip back. And soften your face. Sink into this. One more breath. Forward fold, front of your mat. Step your left foot forward, come up halfway, breathe in. Exhale, fold, Utkatasana chair, bend your knees just a touch. You can have your arms extended, you can have your hands at your heart. Sink down one more inch. Rotate the palms, let them face the floor, breathe in. Exhale, press the hands down, send all the way up. Receive the moment, receive the breath. Reach your arms up, breathe in. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold in. Come up halfway on your inhale. Exhale, fold. Right foot steps back. Let's take warrior one legs. And then this time, let's reach the right arm forward, bicep by your ear. Match it with the left arm. So we are working the flat back. Press into the outer pinky toe side foot. And on your next inhale, use the pressing of the feet to lift the upper body towards the sky. Sink into the left knee. How simple and rich just to be here. One more inhale. And exhale, hands come down to the ground. Plank, breathe in. Exhale, lower to your belly. Wave your spine. Inhale. Exhale. Plank as you breathe in. Downward facing dog as you breathe out. Lift your right foot, inhale. Step it forward, exhale. Warrior one, this time torso is gonna come up halfway, left arm reaches first. Match it with the right, suck the right hip back and press into the pinky toe side edge, left foot. Keep pressing into those feet to lift the upper body. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, hands down, step forward. Come up halfway. Exhale, fold, Utkatasana chair, bend your knees. Palms face down, breathe in. Exhale, stand up. We'll do it one more time. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, fold. Come up halfway, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Right foot steps back. Maybe it's one seamless flow as you inhale, find warrior one. And as you exhale, whole exhale, or you can pause in plank to flow through any sort of vinyasa you wish, either chaturanga to up dog or belly to cobra. You can skip any portion of class. Downward facing dog. Lift your right foot, inhale. Exhale, step it forward. One breath, rising, Virabhadrasana one. And exhale, hands to the ground, step forward. Come right into Utkatasana chair as you bend your knees. Rotate palms, breathe in. Exhale, stand all the way up. Let's do it one more time just for good measure. First pause. What is there to receive? First the breath. Maybe the space. So you could go with me or you can go at your own pace. Inhale, reach your arms. Exhale, fold. Come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Right foot steps back. Warrior one. As you exhale, flow through. Or meet in down dog. You'll go right into your other side. Make sure you hit that chair and rise all the way up. Shoulders roll down, collarbones broad. Nothing like this moment. Let's put the weight into the left foot. We're just gonna point the right toes as we take them back. So we're gonna stretch the top of the right ankle. You could have your hands at your sides, your hands at your hips, whatever's comfortable. And then as we take this right foot forward, let's flex the foot. So reach, the toes are up off the ground. This could be enough of a stretch. You could come halfway down. You could bring your hands towards the floor. One more breath. And rise all the way up. Put that foot on the floor. And we'll just roll out the right ankle about, 5 times in each direction. And then foot back on the floor. Notice even if just that can make a difference between how you feel in your feet. And then we'll just take the left foot back, make sure the toes are pointed, trying to stretch the top of the ankle, front of the ankle, top of the leg. And then bring that foot forward, flex the foot, toes off the ground. This is good. Shifting halfway is nice. Maybe lower. And rising all the way up. And just start to roll out your ankle. And about 5 times each way. Good. And now this time, go ahead and stay up on the left toes. Just notice if you can move your ankle and shin forward to stretch the toes a little bit more. And then 1, 2, 3, we'll switch and switch. Moonwalk back. No, I'm just kidding. Just keep switching a couple more times. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Feet on the floor. Arms to your sides. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale. Let's bring the hands to the heart as we bend into the knees. Take chair. We're going to twist to the right, hooking the left elbow to the outside of the knee. Palm stays with the palm. Roll the right shoulder back. Let's gaze down at the toes. Come up onto the left toes like we just did. And this time we'll take a big step back with the left foot, coming into a twisted lunge. You can drop your left knee to the ground at any time, or if it's lifted, keep that left kneecap engaged and press the heel back. Let's stay here a couple more breaths. Really roll the belly to the right. And everyone can bring their left hand down to the inside of the foot and reach your right arm up to the sky. Consider letting your left fingertips kind of point to the left diagonal, front diagonal, so we can keep the shoulder really open and broad. Sink all the fingertips together like you make a blade with your right hand. Reach it up overhead. Breathe in. Exhale, slice back. Exhale out the nose. We go. Inhale. And good. Nothing like enjoying the richness of the moment by building some heat. Couple more times. Good. Reach your right arm up overhead. And as you rotate your shoulders, reach your left arm forward, match it with the right. And you can stay here. This is a prep for Warrior 3. You're welcome to take any form of Warrior 3. You could keep reaching your arms forward as you lift your left leg. You could walk your hands to the ground and be in supported Warrior 3. Outer left hip, hug it down. And really press the root of the right heel into the floor. And as you connect with your breath, you're connecting to this moment in time. Last couple breaths. We're going to pendulum swing all the way back to standing. Hug the left knee in towards the chest. Keep the foot flexed. You can stay here, or the left hand's going to stay with the knee. Right hand can come to the hip. And then left knee could go to the left. Right arm can go to the right, and your gaze can go over your right hand. And it's fine to fall. Right? The best thing to do after falling is just standing back up. Unwind your spine, hug your left knee in. And then cross your left ankle to the top of the right thigh. We're almost done here. Your hands could be at your heart, and this could be enough of a stretch. But we're gonna bend the right knee straight forward, gentleman's seat is what this is called. Flex the left foot. One more breath. And rise all the way up. Put your foot on the floor. Stand. Smooth out the edges of the breath. Reach your arms up. Breathe in. Exhale. Bring your hands to your heart as you bend into your knees. We'll twist to the left. So hook your left elbow to the outside of the knee, or right elbow. Yep, to the outside of the left knee. And even though the knees can be slightly off kilter, can we press the sitting bones back equally? Gaze down at your feet. Come up onto the right toes. Draw the low belly in. And step your right foot back. It might be a couple of steps or one big one. Shimmy, shimmy, right toes back. And then at any time you can drop the knee. Let's stay here. Big twist. Breathe into your belly. Open your arms like wings. Right hand comes down. Left arm reaches up. Sync up that hand. Reach the left arm forward. Breathe in. Slice back. Exhale. Inhale. Couple more. Good. Reach your left arm up and over. And as you de-rotate your spine, just keep reaching your left arm forward, match it with the right. This actually feels like more work than Warrior 3, but you are invited to stay here or take your version of Warrior 3, perhaps the one you did on the other side, but also recognize that this moment in time is different than it once was, and that we should respect our body in all boundaries and in all capacities. Press your right heel back. Can you broaden your collarbones by drawing your shoulders down the back? Let's begin to pendulum swing. Hug the right knee in, just give it a squeeze, flex the foot. This is good, you could stay here. Right hand to the knee, left hand to the hip, and then knee can move to the right. Arm can go to the left, yeah, good job, and gaze can go. And it's just yoga, so try not to be so serious. And unwind. Keep your right foot flexed as you cross it over the left knee. Hands to the heart, this is good. The left knee bends straight forward as you sink your hips down. Keep your foot flexed, keep breathing. Good, and then unwind, put your right foot on the floor. Make sure you're at the front of your mat, standing in mountain. Reach your arms up, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Come up halfway, inhale. And exhale, fold. Come to downward facing dog. I'm gonna do a little bit of strength in the shoulders. So make sure you just go at your own pace. You can rest or you can be in down dog at any time. So from down dog, let's lower to the forearms, bending the elbows. Your head is lifted up off the ground. You're spreading your fingers, rooting your knuckles and the heels of your hands. Now it is 5 o'clock somewhere. And so it means it's happy hour. So think about right in front of your little sweet fingertips, there's the most delicious elixir of choice that you would really want a sip of. And when you're ready, you're gonna keep moving forward, draw your shoulders on your back, your collarbones stay broad, navel to spine, take a sip, and come up and back. And I think it's like a 10 for 1 special, so let's do it a few more times. Again, you can be simply in dolphin or down dog or child's pose at any time. Can we do 5 more? Can we trust that impermanence? That once it's done, it's done. Last 3. Last 2. We're gonna go dance to Flow Rider after this. We're all feeling good. Happy hour was a success. Up and back. Drop your knees and sink into child's pose. Hips back. You can stack your palms to get your forehead to the floor. Knees can be wide. If your arms are fatigued, just take them back. Feel your heart beating. Inhale. Sweet sigh, exhale. Downward facing dog. Let's lift the right foot up. Start to draw the left heel down. Keep flexing into your right foot. Hang your head a little bit more and see if you can relax the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Inhale. Exhale, right knee to nose, shift forward. Up and back, breathe in. Exhale, let's take a twist, right knee to the left arm. And one more, up and back. Take it to the right arm. Let's just hold it here. Really suck your navel in, keep squeezing that knee. Draw your heel towards your butt. Now play with me, flex your right foot as if you were gonna stamp it to the ground, but keep it hovering, just pivot and then back in. We'll do that 2 more times. Weep and oh yes, now put your right foot on the floor and let's come into warrior 1, left heel down. Extend and reach. Bring your hands to your heart. Get good in the legs. So right hip moves back, left hip moves forward. Let's take lotus mudra. So keep the thumb and the pinky together and just open up the rest of the palms. Fingers, where am I? Fingers. Like we're holding a little lotus right at the heart. Receiving this moment. Receiving the joy in this moment. And receiving the joy in life. And you can keep all of this close. Or maybe you start to reach this lotus up towards the sky. Maybe you turn your gaze up towards the sky. And if you find the space between your thumbs, maybe give that a look. I've heard the center of the universe is right in there. One more breath. When you're ready, let's open up to warrior 2. Sink into the right knee. Turn your gaze to your right hand first. And then let's just bring the neck through neutral. So gaze neutral. And then gaze back at the left hand. Keep bending in the right knee. Bring your head back through neutral. And gaze over the right hand. Flip the right palm up, reach it forward. And exhale, reverse it. Good. Begin to straighten your front leg. Reach your right arm back still. And then bring your arms to the horizon. Turn your toes so they all face the same direction. And then you could bring your hands where they are. You could have your hands at your hips. And we're just going to bend into one knee at a time. So if you want to keep the toes facing the same direction, then keep doing this. If you keep descending your hips towards the heel and you want to turn the toes up towards the sky, you can. So a little bit lower. Sometimes the hands on the floor for this version of Skandasana is nice. And so I get my bearings here. All right, let's bend into the left knee. And you can stay in this version of Skandasana. You can turn your toes up. And you could bring your hands to your heart. One more breath. It'd be nice and easy as you pivot back into your front knee. So bend back into the right knee, come to a runner's lunge. Soften the left knee down to the ground and heel step your right foot out so that your heel is on your mat, but your toes are off the mat. So toes are pointing to like 2 o'clock. So for lizard. And then it's nice, you could be up this high. You might just choose to bring the forearms to the floor. Hang your head a little bit. And then choose also if you want to let this right knee be your way, which means you need to flex your right foot, or if you want to keep hugging the right knee in close to the body. So try not to let it just languish around. Soften your head. Last breath. Walk your hands so that they're underneath your shoulders. Find three-legged dog, lifting your right leg up and back. Bend your right knee. Stack your hips if you want. Keep anchoring the left heel. If you're being super called to flip your dog, we could do that. Pivoting the left toes to point to the right. Right foot comes off of the left side of the mat. The hips come up, the arm extends. Lion's breath for everybody. Inhale. Stick out your tongue, exhale. Let's circle all the way back around. Decide if you would like to flow through a vinyasa. Possibly you want to kick it in down dog or take a little mini rest. Last of the standing poses. Let's go right to it. Lift the left foot up. Anchor the right heel. Soften your inner ears. Breathe in. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward. Up and back. Exhale, we'll twist. And one more. Left knee to the left arm. Really suck that left heel in tight. And then decide to stay here. Flex your left foot. Act as if you could bring it to the floor. And then hug it right back in. 2 more. Good. Left foot steps forward. Warrior one. Bring the hands down to the heart. And so it's the inseam of the right leg that's moving back. So that's the inseam of the right leg moving back is what wraps the outer right hip forward. And you could stay here. Maybe you take the lotus mudra one more time, opening up the palms. Receive the attention of this moment fully. Stay here, keep pressing into the feet to reach the arms up towards the sky. Maybe the gaze lifts. One more breath. Release that and come into warrior two. Widening the stance, bend into the left knee. And then your gaze is probably over your left hand. So let's bring it neutral, neck in alignment with the rest of the spine. And then let's gaze back. How disorienting is that? Just to turn the gaze sometimes on, what we focus on, what we perceive. It's everything. Neck back through neutral. And then one more time, turn it over the left hand. Awareness is a healer. Flip the left palm, reach it forward, breathe in. And exhale, reverse. Bend into your left knee, dig deep, one more breath. And keep reaching back with the left arm, straighten the leg. Bring your arms back through neutral, and then turn your toes. A few times we'll do Skandasana side to side, so you could stay high. Bring your hands down, you can have your hands at your hips. Remember that we just want the knee to follow. We want the toes and the knees to be going the same direction. So if you turn one way, everything goes that way. And the next time we bend into the right knee, we'll stay a couple of breaths. Maybe this time you turn the left toes up. It's okay if that right heel is lifted up off the ground. You can bring your hands to your heart. Breathe. And then hands to the ground, pivot back forward, and we'll come into lizard, dropping the right knee down. Heel step the left foot out. Remember, your heel is on your mat, your toes are pointing to like 9 or 10 o'clock. And then you can decide if you want to stay this high, you can lower. Let the breath become a little bit more full. Last 2 breaths. Walk your hands so that they're underneath you. 3-legged dog. Bend the knees, stack the hips. Stay here or wild thing one more time. Hips up. Extend and reach. Lion's breath, inhale. Exhale. Circle all the way back around. Shift forward into plank. Decide to move through a vinyasa or skip. Downward facing dog. And you could hop through to a seat, or you can just drop your knees to bring your legs forward. And bend the knees, hands behind the legs, lean back a little bit. Shoulders slide down the back. Remember, shoulders down, collarbones broad, navel is fine. A few times, let's just lift the feet up off the ground. And then you could release your arms too. Boat Navasana. And then we're going to put the feet on the floor. We're going to take our fingertips back, but our fingertips face us, and we'll lift up into inverted tabletop. So shins lifting. And then sink the hips down as you inhale, come right into your boat. And this time, exhale, come halfway down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, feet and fingers down. Inhale, lift inverted table. Exhale down. Inhale, boat. Exhale down, halfway. Lift up. One more time, full round, hands and feet down. Lift up. Hips down. And then this time, come to boat. Exhale, come halfway down. Good. Scrunch up your toes. Make fists with your hands. Lift up just a little bit. Inhale. And then exhale, crash the boat. Lay down. Ah. Nice. Put your feet on the floor. Actually hug the knees in for a sec. Just feel a flattening of the low back. So we'll do a couple rounds of bridge. If you are very familiar with wheel and on the third one you want to take wheel, you can. Um, but let's all start with the feet on the floor, feet hip distance apart, big toes slightly turned in towards each other. Robot arms, elbows in, palms face each other. Lift your hips 1 inch up off the ground. Take your tailbone and point it towards your knees. So tilt your tailbone. That's enough. You should feel an engagement of the tops of the thighs and inner groin. And if you can keep that engagement, start to lift the hips higher. 3 steady breaths. Breathing in and exhale, lowering towards the floor. Just take a full breath in your nose. Big sigh out the mouth. We're going to go into our next bridge. So this time again, you can lift your hips 1/2 inch or 1 inch, tilt the tailbone. And then as you continue to lift your hips, you might choose to clasp your fingertips together, roll your shoulders towards one another so that your chest lifts. Like you had a block between your inner thighs, give that a sweet squeeze. One more breath. And lower down. So back bends coming in 3s. You can take a bridge if you want. You could take wheel if you want. That's up to you. We'll do one more round. Just take your favorites. If you do come into bridge and you want a little bit more work without being in wheel, you could come up onto your right toes and hug your right knee in and straighten your right leg. And hug your right knee in, put the toes on the floor, heel on the floor. We'll switch. Left toes, left knee, straighten the leg, hips up. Knee hugs in, left toes down, left heel down. One more time, lift the hips and release. Soften to the floor. Windshield wiper the knees from side to side. And then we're gonna rock and roll, come back up into a seat. 1 or 2 rocks. Send the legs out. Good. Bend your right knee. Right hand to the outside of the knee, left hand to the foot. Flex the foot as you lift the knee up. And start to just seesaw a little bit forward and back. Just warming up the synovial fluid in that right hip, right knee. And so the next time that you bend your right knee, go ahead and stay there, sitting up tall. And then keep the knee flexed as you turn that knee out to the side, out to the right. And you could keep this hold, or you could find the elbows, can find the foot and the ankle, and any which way you want to start to just roll this out. It can be nice to put your right hand down and really lean into that outer right hip. No wrong way, no design. Just simply receiving the moment with your body, your energy. And then let's sit all the way back up. Keep hugging the shin in, sitting up really nice and tall. And as you release this, put your right foot to the outside of the left knee and hook or reach your right arm up to the sky. Breathe in and exhale. Begin to twist to the left, hooking right elbow to the inside of the right knee. Left fingertips behind you. See if you can sit up a little taller as you breathe in. Exhale, twist. Last breath. Inhale. As you exhale, unwind your spine. Bring your fingertips to your right hip, just a little counter twist. And then unwind your spine, send your right leg out. Just windshield wiper the feet. And then we'll do the other side. So bend the left knee, left hand at the outside of the knee, right hand to the foot, lift it up. And seesaw a few times. Next time the left knee bends, sit up tall. Keep the left foot flexed as we turn the left knee out. So externally rotating the hip. And then just find your way to move around here, whatever grip is comfortable for you. And let's start to sit tall again. Hug the shin in, shoulders soften. And then put that foot to the outside of the knee. Reach your left arm up to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, twist to the right. Elbow hooks to the inside of the knee, fingertips behind you. Keep your gaze relatively soft or even close the eyes. Sit up a little taller. Breathe in. Twist. Inhale. Exhale, unwind your spine. Fingertips to the left hip. Little counter twist. Unwind your spine. Unwind your foot. Shift forward so your head stays on your mat. Reach your arms forward. Breathe in. Exhale. Start to lower all the way to the floor. If you're ready for Shavasana, you can take it. Otherwise, a little final happy baby here. Flexing the feet, rolling a little bit from side to side. Feel a release of the low back. And then as you're ready, start to make your way into Shavasana, final pose. Legs out, arms out. Maybe let's all do one more audible sigh to really signal to the body that it's time to relax. Full breath in as you inhale, fill your belly, fill your side ribs, get it all the way to the upper part of the chest, fill the collarbones. Pause the breath. Let it go. Every breath is a story. And as we trust the impermanence, the richness, and the simplicity of each moment, we notice how a sound comes into our awareness. And then a sound ceases and another takes its place. That to grow and to stay present, there needs to be a grieving and ending. Each moment as a wave, its own particular emergence. And even though some moments are perfect, but many are devastating, and heartbreaking and awful. There's still this sense of remarkability that this moment is passing and it's connected to the one before it and the one to come. So simple, this moment. And as you start to hear one sound, and as it ends, you hear another sound, returning right to this space and time. You can start to move your body in ways that feels supportive and comfortable. And eventually doing what you need to roll onto a side. Slowly coming all the way back to a comfortable seat. And as the hands find each other at the heart, one more sensed self of receiving, palm to palm, hands to heart. We all take a full breath in and out. And may we all become teachers of peace and teach in the only way possible, by example. Thank you for coming.